So welcome back to another video. This is Dana Alexia, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. So I just got in from work and I decided that I am going to record March update of what has been happening, re-exercise and all that. So the month of March has been rough in all aspect. All right, so work is challenging as usual, and I have been really stressed, and part of the reason for the stress is several things, several things, but talking to the Lord, that is my number one de-stressor, because if you have not been in my shoe or knows anyone who have been in my shoe in terms of my illness, having lupus, being diabetic, it's hard. And so I'm not looking for pity, but even if I'm looking for pity, it's hard for people to really pity me, but I'm not looking for pity. Because they don't really understand. If you are not in the position, you don't fully understand. And that is a challenge that I have with the understanding that people may think they have of me and my illness, because physically I'm still beautiful. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So on the outside, look like nothing a go on, look like me sick, look like no form of illness I take me over. But yes, I am ill. The saying says not everything that glitters is gold. So yeah, but I suffer in silence. I may say something probably 5% of the times, and then the other 95% you don't know about it. 100% is the Almighty, because He knows everything, and He knows that I was going to have this illness long before I do, because He's the Almighty, He's the all-knowing, the all-powerful. And so it's a challenge for me from day to day. There are days when I get through it with ease, and then there are other days when it is so hard. I'm like a snail or a turtle, but God, He is my keeper, He is my sustainer, He is my friend, He is my confidant, He is my Lord and Savior. Because trust me, without God, throughout all of this situation, I probably would have been in a different state. And when I say state, I mean state of mind, state of being. But through his words, and thank God for the teaching of the apostle, Pastor Gina Jennings. Thank God for the teachings of the ministers that labor with him faithfully, and the encouraging words from my brothers and sisters and family members, colleagues. Yeah. I am thankful and grateful. So, and even to you, my viewers and subscribers. Yeah, because some of you may leave comment on the channel, some of you may like the video, so it just tells me that you are there. All right, some of you may be silent in the sense whereas you don't comment but you like. So I must say thank you, and I do appreciate it, and continue to keep me in your prayers. All right, yes. So no, a lot of times persons say to me, well, you don't look like you're sick. Thank God for the mercies and the grace of God. Yes, because if I follow the medications that I am on and do nothing and talk to God for help or ask God for help, I would have blown up like a balloon, so just ready for pop. Because some of the medications that I am on, one main thing about it is that it increases appetite. And if I should follow the cravings that I get every single day, probably would have near 300 pounds, to be honest. And so that is even one of my biggest struggle, to avoid the temptation of wanting to eat the things when I want to eat them and wanting to eat any and anything. And I cannot eat any and anything, but to be honest, sometimes I do when the cravings get more than me, because of being diabetic. I have to be very careful, because one, I don't want to put on that excessive weight and then I can't manage myself. And two, I don't want my eyes to be affected more than how they are. You see how them pretty? Yes, thank God for these beautiful eyes. Yeah. So despite the beauty of them, they are deteriorating a little, and that's part of the reason why I have to wear test glasses. And since the last glasses renewal, I think my eyes have become worse. Or if it's not my eyes, then the right medication is not in the glasses then. Because when I first started wearing glasses, I enjoyed wearing them. And now, as lovely as my glasses is, I dread putting them on. Sometimes to me, it's like I have a better vision without the glasses. So my thing is, the medication in them, probably the adjustment wasn't right. So I'm even thinking of renewing my glasses. It should be every 2 years, but come July it would be a year, and I'm definitely thinking of renewing it. And I currently, this week I have an ophthalmologist visit, so I want to hear what he has to say. And that's a different ophthalmologist from the one that I normally go to for my glasses. And so it all depends. I might have to just change the ophthalmologist altogether for my glasses and just use the one that I'm currently using for my condition. Yeah, I think that might be the best decision, because I have not been happy wearing my glasses, to be honest. Outside of reading, me take them off in a glance. So that with vision wise. Now, the type of exercises, as I've said in previous videos, have always been a challenge. I've always tried to do a lot of cardio, but my body just can't handle it. And so with the recommendation of my practitioner that I do light or moderate exercises, that is how walking came into being. And I started researching persons who normally would do 10,000 steps and so forth, and that is how I got into doing 10,000 steps as a part of my exercise routine. But initially I started out with 9,000 and improve as time progresses. But it has been working, and walking alone doesn't help. The diet also have to complement the walking. But for the month of March, there have been ups, there have been downs, there have been highs, there have been lows, because I think for the last 2 weeks in the month of March, my body was deteriorating. It just didn't want to allow me to exercise. And I dreaded that, because I work so hard to lose the weight and to practice a healthy lifestyle. Boy, may I tell you, for the last 2 weeks there, it's like maybe every other day I get to exercise. So if I do it Monday, it's probably not until Wednesday again, and not until Friday again, and not until Sunday again, because my body has become so weak. The muscles have become so weak, and it's not because I am exercising why they have become weak. I have a specific time when, not that I know as in to say a date, but there's a specific time when my body decides that, all right, you are going like say you not sick, and it show me say me need to humble myself, easy myself, and just take it one day at a time, because you're not an healthy person. And so I just have to hear what my body has say and just go relax. So if I get to go walking in the morning, my body not allow me to go in the evening. And if I not get to go in the morning, I'll try to do it in the evening. But if I can't go, I'm not gonna force myself, to be honest. Because a lot of times your body speaks to you, and you just have to listen and just take heed to the positive things that are coming out. And so at the end of it, I was down to 172.6 pounds. I think the last time I mentioned that it was 177.8. So if that calculation is right, that would have been 5.2 pounds. So if I'm 177 or 178 point something, but anyway, it means that I have accomplished my goal weight loss for the month, which is 3 pounds. Alright, and I set that because of my condition, because I have to pace myself. You know what? Boom, turn over. Alright, so I am so thankful and grateful that I was able to lose that weight. So I'm coming down from 183.8 or 183.9 pounds to 172.6 pounds. So I'm out of the 80s, in the 70s, and hopefully for the next month I'll lose some more weight. So I'm just taking it month by month. Alright, so once again, please remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and put some comments in the comment section, to let me know what you think. Alright, so thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.